Hello. This is how to do the cool visuals with something called CHydra. So first, go to this website right here. Just gonna type that in there, maybe take a picture. Okay, and you're gonna get to this page. And it's pretty straightforward. They just kind of tell you how to get through everything. But we're gonna start with clicking on this link, downloading Chuck. Okay. Now, the second step asks you to download Chuggle, but as of this version, it's just part of the standard Chuck distribution. So all you have to do is run the package file that was in the previous step, and that's going to install Chuggle. So let's go to here. Continue. I already have Chuck installed, so this I don't think I should do it again. I don't know what that's going to do to my computer, but just do that first. Pause the video. Okay. Once you have that installed, then you can basically download this repo, right? And to do that, you can honestly just download zip, I think. Or if you have git clone this right here. Okay? But download that zip, and you should have it here. Okay. Now, in here, you're going to have 4 files as such. So to make this, these visuals work, basically, you have this file, which, in a sense, simulates the visuals, and the script that it's simulating is this, playground.ck. So I don't know, I guess I have 2 instances of it open. Let's do that again. Right here. Okay? So basically, in this block right here, this is where you type various operators, and you can stack things. This is how you make different kinds of visuals. And yeah, so let's just try that right now. We're gonna go to terminal. Okay, bear with me. And we're gonna go to that folder. So I am not cutting this video, so you can just watch all my failures. And we've arrived in the folder. So third step, we're gonna run this loop. But before that, create another instance of that folder. You're gonna have 2 of them. That's just Command T or whatever equivalent on Windows. That's gonna generate this page. This is the starting page of this program, right? But when we go to the second folder now, when we go to the second page, now we're gonna run this command so that it feeds in that script that you had, which was right here. So right now it's just saying st Voronoi, and Voronoi is like one of those patterns that we have. So I'm just gonna enter that in, and now that's gonna update my display right here, and this is exactly what the projector is gonna show. So now we can get a little bit more, we're gonna have fun with this. So if you go to This one, that's not true. If you go to this README, no, that's also not. If you go to 1CK, right? I honestly haven't figured all this out. There's a ton of different things that you can do, right? And I figured out some of them by going to, by just experimenting. So some of these functions, they take in parameters, and I have, like, shoot, this is terrible. I'm sorry. I have a bunch of these functions that I've been messing with right here. And you can do things like, for example, Voronoi can take in two additional variables. So the first one changes, for example, the scale of the pattern, and then I think the second one changes the speed. So every time we make a change, we just Control S, go here, run this command again. We don't have to touch the chuck loop, and that's going to change exactly what we have. So now this is being displayed on the projector. So you can make live visuals seamlessly without having to move back and forth between the code and like annoy the viewer, right? All they're going to see is the previous pattern flash to this pattern. And we can do, just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to put them all together. I'm just going to put everything on the same page right here. Okay. I'm just using this as a reference right now. Shoot, there's a lot of things. Okay. So, now what? Now we can maybe try something else where we blend or we add another type of pattern on it. And these are the things I discovered so far. We have things called generators, right? These are like specific patterns. We have ways of combining them, kind of like Touch Designer, honestly. We could change like the colors. We can transform them like in these various ways. We can modulate them, which does a really weird thing. And yeah, so like let's just have fun. Let's just st dot like add, and every time you do one of these commands, it's gonna start with st, and then let's do st.osc. So OST is another kind of pattern. And what do I usually set for this? Okay, well, we have some of these parameters, and you kind of just want to experiment with these, figure out what you like, right? Okay, now it's doing this flashing thing on top of it, and it's already starting to look pretty interesting. And I've already made some of these random ones, so let's just throw one in right now, right? Let's just go with, and you can always comment out things to save them. So what I would do is just make a couple of funny patterns or whatever you'd like, and you can easily switch between them on the spot instead of having to experiment and see what you like and then put it on, because you might, I don't know, like sometimes it might not look cool and you're just like, I don't know if you want to do that in front of a crowd. You could have two of these running at the same time, one on your computer and one like in the actual projector, I believe. So that could be a way to like live experiment, but that's up to you. So like, let's just say I have this, right? This does a bunch of things. They're doing like kaleidoscope, we're modulating, and it's doing something really crazy. And this is a great visual, in my opinion. So I think if you go to 1CK, right, and you just like Control F, modulate, you're gonna find all of these functions, right? And they're gonna tell you like what inputs they take in. So let's go to Voronoi because we started with that. So Voronoi takes in some things. Yeah, okay. I wasn't prepared for this, but yeah, I would just experiment with it. Um, you can also take a look at some of these things right here. Happy to send that over. But the best reference you're going to get is probably right here. So you're going to go to this website now. Okay. And this is a website with a ton of cool patterns that people made, as shown here. So they don't use ST because this is just Hydra, and what we're using is CHydra. But the inputs are exactly the same. So like, you can get ideas of what functions you want to use, for example, through these. But instead of using dot and then the next operator, you should instead do, if you go back to here, you should instead do st in front of every operator, and also have this this arrow symbol, right? So that's just dash and then less than or greater than sign, and then the next thing. So encourage you to try this. Just for funsies, let's copy this one over into this, just so I could prove to you that I can mimic these things. And if this doesn't work, then I'm really sorry. Okay, bear with me. I'm just gonna bang, bang. I'm not sure if the math will work, so I'm gonna. I think it does work. Ooh. Okay, how do I do math here? Because I also do math. Math.random. Math.sign. Let's see what happens if I go like this. I'm just kind of referencing the same thing that my other code has. And spaces should be fine too. But in general, I would just play with this. Pretty sure this O0 might not work. So let's just take that out for now. You know, your patterns don't have to be exactly the same. And I'm really sorry that I'm also really newbie at this, but hey, we're learning. Okay. And then you don't need this out. You don't need this thing. Control S, save. Now, if it doesn't work, it's going to throw an error. Okay, it didn't like that. Well, at least we know it didn't like the math thing. So that's an easy fix. We can, oops. Okay, that's totally not what I wanted. Okay. There we go. So, let's not do that for now. Let's just call it a constant. Okay. Yep, it didn't like that one. That's so true. Okay, well. Crying right now. Okay, See, like sometimes you just gotta mess with it until you get something. Now this looks nothing like this right here. You know, that's very obvious, but I think we still have something interesting here. All right, so yeah, I would just use this page as kind of like an inspiration for the kind of functions that you can use, but not necessarily copy the entire thing and expect to get the same thing over. So, because I think CHydra is like a something that adapted from Hydra, but it doesn't follow the exact same functions, and also it's basically a way of streamlining live visuals, but you're kind of sacrificing some things in the process. Okay. Well, cool. Good luck, and please let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to not use this. I just thought if you wanted to, you could. Thanks.